We had a daughter, we were growing a family, we had a new home. It was all just, looking upward.
We had a little girl, so we wanted to have a son, and sure enough, Andrew was, he was going to be a little boy, so we were very excited. We were looking forward to it.
When Andrew came out, he let out one small cry, kind of a gurgle, and then he turned very blue. They put him over on the little table where they put the lamp over the baby and they wipe him off and stuff, and he was very, very bluish purple and not moving. The anesthesiologist actually did a very brave move. He left Stacy and went over and tended to Andrew. When our pediatrician came, he brought me into a room and he sat me down. He said, "Steve, I've got some bad news to tell you. Your son is Down syndrome, and he also has major heart defects." I did not know how we were going to handle it. After it was obvious that, he made it through heart surgery, he had fought through that, and we were going to get to keep him. Then it was the next step of trying to figure out just how affected was he. He did not eat solid foods until he was like 8 or 9 years old. He was not potty trained until he was 10. One of the things that we, of course, have come to learn about Andrew is that he's really only simple words even to this day, 20 years old, but he's nonverbal. So his communication at the restaurant will be limited to burger. And what do you want to drink?
Burger.
What do you want to drink?
Burger.
Hey Andrew, what do you want to drink? Water?
Water.
Or Coke?
Coke.
You got it. Okay.
Certainly as he got older, there were increasing challenges.
At about 8 years of age, he began to really act out.
He would break things like doors. He would put holes in walls, things like that. It was not an anger or a violence thing with Andrew. The way to look at it is that mentally he's like 2 years old, but he's in an 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old body. We had alarms on all the doors because Andrew could get away from you, just like a 2-year-old at a grocery store. And he got away from us because we had, would turn an alarm off so we could bring in the groceries or whatever, and he'd get away. And then it was like, oh, where's Andrew? All alert and get the other 2 kids and let's go search for Andrew, call 911 and all that. After his diagnosis, we went through multiple months of trying to find and finally land on a medication that would help to alleviate some of those behaviors. It was still extremely tough. I said, "Stacy, at this point, we have to look at the reality here that this is bigger than both of us. And despite our best intentions, we got to have help."
So I called Andrew's case manager and said, I don't know what we're going to do. And I was told, there isn't anything that you can do. You're just going to have to take care of him until, you can get him into a group home. I asked her about Denton State School. She said, no, that's not an option for Andrew.
We lived about 10 miles away from Denton State School, and I just hopped in my car and drove there. And I went into the administrative office. And I said, well, is Denton State School an option? Is this, what do you guys do? And she said, well, it sounds like he's a perfect fit because this is exactly what we do. Above the fact that it was a rescue for us as a family, the most important thing is just the care that Andrew is getting and the structure that they were able to provide, because they have staff, of course, they're 24/7, where despite our best efforts, we just can't be up 24/7, and he needed that level of care. They've been wonderful.
When you are severely, profoundly affected, then you have to have that high structure. And you're never going to be a productive member of society. So you require what only the state supported living centers can provide. It is life-sustaining.
Anything short of that level
Yes.
of care could cause Andrew's life to be endangered. our primary focus was Andrew, and he has like I said, a wonderfully rich life now. But our life has been enriched as well, because we as parents can look at what he has and feel it is good for him.
Yeah! Yeah!